Welcome to my life. If this is your excuse me. Jeez. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales so they don't have to run ads or hire influencers to sell their products and services. I have been creating content since 2018. I started teaching women how to coupon and how to budget and how to meal plan and how to strategically shop to get the things that they want, like, and need without paying full price. And in 2020, during the pandemic, my clients were like, oh, I took my earrings off, didn't put them back on. My clients were like, hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start side hustles? Can you teach us how to start businesses? Can you teach us how to make money outside of our 9 to 5 because there's a pandemic and we don't know what things are going to look like? And I was like, okay. And then my business coach at the time was like, hey, Crystal, you're one of our star students. Will you come and coach our people? And I was like, okay. So in 2020, I accidentally became a business coach. It wasn't my goal. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't my focus to be a business coach. I really was in a place of I just want to help people make money and I just want to help people save money. Whatever that looks like, that's what it looks like, right? So for 3 years, I did both. Behind the scenes, I was running one-on-one business coaching programs. My first business coaching program was called YouTube Channel on a Budget. I ran Side Hustle on a Budget. I ran the Money Makers Academy. I then ran Side Hustle Society. But forward facing, I was your couponing girl. I was on the news over 30 times. I was pumping out content for places like CVS, Walgreens, Target before they were canceled, Walmart. I would go to Dollar Tree. I would go to Dollar General. I would even do Family Dollar sometimes. And in 2023, I kind of had a 33-year-old crisis and my life low-key fell apart. And I just felt torn. I felt like my focus was in two places. Hey, Brooks, and I was trying to do too much. And I felt very, very, very overwhelmed. And I felt like I wasn't doing anything well. And I was like, I need to pick. Like my personal life was falling apart. I ended an engagement. Life was crazy. I was in this weird stage of life of I have big life choices to make. And I really need to get focused and clear on my business because that's how I make my money. So I decided that I wanted to be a business coach. I decided that I wanted to help women make more money because nothing bad happens when women make more money. Only good things happen when women make more money. So I said, you know what? I'm going to help women make money. I'm going to help women take the idea from their brain and turn it into a profitable business that they love. I'm going to help women use social media and make sales in their business. Well, I decided to become a business coach and then I ended an engagement and I was depressed for a year. This is important because some people are separate your business from your personal. And I'm going to say for me, my business and my personal are intertwined. They are one and the same because I run a business where I am the face of the business. And if my life is falling apart, I can't possibly show up in my business, right? Hey, Robert. So I had to take the time off. But the thing I will say, during my depressive 2024, it gave me time to get clear. It gave me time to throw spaghetti at the wall, watch it slide down, and figure out what I don't want to do and kind of figure out what my secret sauce was. Because I was being an anything business coach to everybody. And when you sell to everyone, you sell to no one. And I knew that, but I was just trying out different things. And I was just trying to figure out what kind of business coach do I want to be? What do I want that to look like? And in 2024, I only signed a handful of clients because I really wasn't focused. I was trying a lot of things. But then I said, what have I done really well? And what have I helped my clients with? The answer to that question is content. I was and still am to an extent a content machine. I was posting a 30 to 45-minute long YouTube video every single day. And I did that for almost a year and a half. Okay. I've posted almost 2,000 videos on YouTube, actually over 2,000 videos on YouTube. I've gone live, whether free, like the live you're watching right now, or paid in my group coaching programs. I've gone live over 1,000 times. From those lives, from my YouTube content, I've also posted hundreds of videos I haven't counted on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. As a result, I have made over $400,000 from social media. I've been able to get 4 and 5 figure brand deals. I've been able to get affiliates. I've earned money from every platform. Facebook has paid me, Instagram has paid me, TikTok has paid me, and YouTube has paid me the most. I have been able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from my content. When I look at my clients in their testimonials, I have helped them get more consistent with their social media. I've helped them get more clear with their social media. And as a result, they made sales from their social media. I have one client a few years ago. I helped her go from 90 days of $0 in sales. She made $0.00 for 3 months. She started working with me, and within 30 days, she had $1,000 month. She created content and she went to like 2 farmers markets, but most of the money came from online sales from her lives that she did. So literally, I can literally help business owners go from 0 to 1,000 in just 30 days. It literally takes consistency. If you have a good product already, if you have a good offer already, and you have systems in place. But if you don't have a good product, if you don't have a good offer, you don't have systems, it may take you a little bit more time to get to that first $1,000 and then continue that. But I know that through consistent content, I can teach you how to make sales. So I said, I need to be a content coach. Once I made that clarity change of like, I'm a business coach that focuses on content, i.e., I'm a content coach, I was able to sign clients. I think for 6 months in a row, I signed new clients every single month. And after signing only a handful in a year, to sign clients and multiple clients every month for 6 months, huge win. I was like, okay, my mojo was coming back. And then last year, I was really like, okay, I need to niche down even more. I've been avoiding just focusing on YouTube, and I don't know why. YouTube was my first coaching program I created, and YouTube is my main social media platform. It is now and forever. YouTube is number one. I actually have 2 YouTube channels because I'm a psycho. And I said, I'm going to niche down and I want to focus on really helping business owners use YouTube to make sales in their business, because YouTube is the best platform. In my opinion, YouTube is the best platform for business owners, especially if you sell a service. Especially if you sell a service. Product-based businesses can get down on YouTube too, but if you sell a service of any kind, YouTube is going to be your main squeeze. So then I was like, oh my gosh, the clarity that came over me. And then I said, what offer am I going to create? How am I going to intentionally help my audience and help my clients make these consistent sales in their business? Now, a program that I started when I was in my couponing days, my Money Saving Academy, I had it for 5 years and it made me over 6 figures. It made me over $100,000. Okay. I've helped hundreds of women save tens of thousands of dollars in that membership. And I said, how can I create that for business owners? So I created my brand new membership, the Content Cash Out membership, to help the business owners create the consistent content that converts into consistent sales. It's a low cost investment, high return on your investment, and it's going to allow you to make that first or that additional $1,000 in your month by creating consistent content. So I'm saying all that to say, I had to get crystal clear on who I wanted to help and how I wanted to help them in order to create an offer to help them get more of what they want. And the reason I could do any of that is because I built an audience. And on today's live, I want to talk to you about why you can't sell to an empty room and why you need to spend time building an audience on social media. Going viral cannot be the answer to your business. Virality is short, but with virality, there's no guarantee that you're going to go viral in front of the right audience. So tonight, I'm going to give you my tips for building an audience on social media so that you can make sales in your business. But I like to know who's here. So let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And tell us what your business is. What do you sell? Who do you help? Where are you watching from? And what your business is. I respond to all my comments. I like to know who's in the room. I like to leave my lives super engaging. So let me know, where are you watching from and what is your business? Let us know down in the comments. I'm in the Central Florida area. I live in Lake County, and my business is, I'm a content coach. And like I said, I help business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales, primarily on YouTube. In my coaching program, we still also teach TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram as a secondary platform, which you can also lead over into YouTube, into LinkedIn and Threads as well. But I'm basically helping you with the big 4 platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, to make consistent content. So let me know in the comments where you're watching from in the world and what your business is. Now, I want to touch on the piece again about the virality. The key to sales in anything is consistency, okay? But in order to get those sales, you need people in your room. What you can't do is start your business on Monday, create your Instagram on Tuesday, and have your first post be buy my ebook, buy my lip gloss, buy my brand new sweatshirts, like support my brand. Because who are you talking to? No one knows that you exist. No, like you can't pop up in the middle of a night like Beyonce and drop an album. Beyonce was consistent for years. She had an audience of people to sell to, right? Years in the making. So, in order for you to be able to make sales in your business, you need an audience. You can't sell to an empty room. I'm going to paint the picture for you, and then I'm going to give you the steps of what you can do in order to build that audience. So, I want you to think this, okay? Let's say you have a brand new ebook that's going to teach women how to be better with time management. Let's just say you're a time management coach and you help busy moms, you help moms who have a lot on their plate manage their time so that they can be more productive, spend more time with their family. Okay. And you have an amazing ebook that you're launching that's going to also come with some live coaching elements. Let's just say you book a room. There's a mommy conference going on. There's 10,000 women at this conference, and they are in this room and they are having a party. I mean, they are dancing, there's music, there's food, all kinds of things, right? And you book a room there. You're like, there's going to be 10,000 moms there. These are my ideal clients. Like, I am ready to sell to them. I am ready to give them my ebook and my coaching. You book a room, okay? And your room is right off the party. You don't put a sign on your door. You don't send an email. You don't send a smoke signal, okay? You book your room, you go in, you close the door, you set up. You have this beautiful presentation going. You have some hard copies, even though it's an ebook, you have some hard copies of your book, your time management journal. You have another slideshow over here of what the coaching schedule is going to be when they join the program. You have testimonials from past clients that you've helped. And you booked a room that seats 1,000 people. 1,000. There's 10,000 out there. You book a room that seats 1,000. And you stand up in that room and you're like, I'm ready to sell to the busy moms. Let me know in the comments by typing yes or no. Are you going to get sales by standing in that room that has 1,000 seats? It's set up beautifully. You're ready to talk to people. Are you going to make any sales? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. In that current state, door closed, room set up, no one knows you're there. Are you going to make sales? Yes or no? Absolutely not. No one knows you exist. That's what happens when you start a brand new business, you create a website, and you open an Instagram account, and you expect people to come flooding. No one knows you exist. You're not Amazon. You're not Walmart. You're not Fenty, okay? You're not MAC makeup. No one knows you exist. So it's your job to build an audience of ideal clients. So in that scenario, the first thing you got to do is open that God freaking door. You need to print out a sign and put on the door who you are and what you're offering in here. Ebook and coaching on time management. You want to get some more of your time back? You want to better manage your time? Do you feel like you're all over the place? This is for you. I'm doing a free presentation right now. Open up the door. Then I want you to stand at the door. And as the moms are walking by and getting food, I want you to invite them into the room. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you do. Tell them about the ebook that you created and say, hey, I'm going to do a presentation in about an hour. I'd love to have you come in. Oh, absolutely. I need that. Okay. And you keep doing this for the next hour. And then some of the moms are like, oh my gosh, let me call my friends that are out there because like they need this. They come into the room, right? Some other people, the door's open. Hey, what's going on in here? They come into the room. By the end of your hour, you look up, there's 350 people in your room. You've built an audience of ideal clients. That is what you're going to be doing on your social media platform. That's what you're going to be doing on YouTube. That's what you're going to be doing on TikTok. That's what you're going to be doing on Instagram. That's what you're going to be doing on Facebook. Whatever your main social media platform is, you are going to be standing at the door and inviting people in. That's where the consistency comes in. So my first tip for you is to pick one main social media platform. When you're starting out, you can't be on every single platform. Trying to be everywhere is going to make you feel like you're nowhere. It's going to overwhelm you, and it's going to take away from you being able to sell, right? It's going to take away from you being able to put that energy in to your business and actually make some sales. You're going to be so focused on trying to post on every freaking platform, you won't have time. So contrary to popular belief, when you are starting off, when you are growing your business, one main platform. And if you want to have a secondary platform, that's totally fine. But one main platform needs to be your focus. You can't be trying to post on every single platform. You want to build an audience in one place. And then as you grow, you can add on more platforms along the way. That's what I did. I started with YouTube, and along the way, I added on more platforms. Okay. Second tip for you, you have to know who your ideal client is. Okay. Who is the ideal person? If you could wave a magic wand, who needs what you have? Your ideal client is the person who has a problem they need to solve, and your product, your service is the solution to their problem. Okay. Be a little bit specific on who needs it. Oh, this is a product for everyone. Everyone can use it, but you need to focus on who you're focusing on. My ideal client is a woman business owner who has a 9-to-5, who wants to make enough money to quit said 9-to-5. My people that I work with, they don't want to be in their 9-to-5 forever. Okay. I have one of my clients who is full-time in her business. Another one of my one-on-one clients, her goal is to go full-time into her business. And then a bunch of my new clients, they have side hustles, but they're like, I don't want to do my main business forever. I want my side hustle to become my main hustle, right? That is my ideal client. She has a business. She's making some money per month. She's a little bit consistent on social media. She has a couple of kids. She's married, but she's like, I'm not doing this forever. I'm not doing this 9-to-5 forever. 9-to-5s are not loyal, and I don't want to do that. That's who my ideal client is. Do you know who your ideal client is? You need to be crystal clear on it. If you make candles, candle lovers, right? If you make clothing, what type of clothing do you make? Are you making it for kids? Are you making it for women? Are you making it for men? Are you making it for petite? Are you making it for regular, average size? Are you making it plus size? Who is your ideal client? You need to know specifically who you're talking to, because when you create your content, you want to make sure you're speaking to her. Now, my ideal client is a woman business owner, but will I help a man? Yes. My ideal client has kids, but will I help someone who doesn't have kids? Absolutely. Right? My ideal client is like a millennial woman. Will I help a woman in her 60s? Absolutely. Right? But when I'm creating my content, I'm focusing on that woman. And if the message resonates with other people, fine. Your goal when you're making your candle content is to get candle lovers. Maybe the husband of a candle lover is your ideal client because they want to give their wife a really good gift. They want to give their sister a gift. They want to give their mom a gift. Maybe they work in an office with women and they want to gift them that for Christmas because they know that the women in their office love candles, whatever it may be, right? You have to know who your ideal client is so that you know the type of audience that you're building. The next tip for you in order to build that audience on social media is you have to create connection content, which is basically what I was just talking about. Connection content helps you connect and relate to your ideal client. So you want to share the what's and the why of your biz, the what's and the why of your industry, the what and the why of your business, and the what's and the why of your story. Okay. What is your business? Why did you start it? Why is it important? Okay. What is your story? Why did you start the business? Why did you choose this industry? What are some things that people don't know about this industry? Why is this industry a little bit different or a little bit quirky, right? You need to share all the what's and the why. Dispel the myths. What should people know about your industry that is a misconception or something that they don't really know? What's something about you and your story that your audience needs to know? And I'm not telling you to get on Beyonce's internet and tell all of your business. I'm telling you to share the key points that got you from when you started your business to where you are today. That's your origin story. At the beginning of this live, I spent about 5 minutes telling you my story because it's important for the journey for you to know I started as a coupon coach. I accidentally became a business coach. Then I became a content coach. August will be 8 years that I've been doing this, which is absolutely insane for me to think about that I've been doing this for 8 years. So there's been an evolution. There's been a journey. I'm not the same person I was when I started this business in 2018. I'm not the same person I was when I went full-time in my business in 2019 because I got fired from my job. A more evolved version of her. I look back at that version and I'm like, oh, that Crystal, she was just so focused and she was so motivated and she was on her shit every single day. Like she didn't play because why? She wanted to get out of that 9 to 5. Now I thought I was going to quit it, but I got fired. Same difference, works all the same. And I haven't worked a 9 to 5 ever since. So you need to share connection content in video form. People need to see you. They need to hear you. Why is that important? Your audience needs to know you, like you, and trust you before they can buy from you. If you're posting your offer with just pictures, with just music, that is not connecting with your ideal client. Posting a lip gloss and saying, buy my lip gloss, that's not connecting with your ideal client. Tell us the story of why you created your lip gloss, why you packaged them up. Tell us the story about why you're making your cake pops as you put your allergy stickers on them. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Tap the screen on TikTok if this makes sense. Yes in the comments on YouTube and Facebook if this makes sense. Okay. Tell us the story of your product. Tell us the story of your offer. Tell us your story in creating your business, right? Like, educate your audience about the industry, about the product, about your ingredients, about why you created it. That's going to build a connection with them. So when they are ready to solve their problem, and they will need to solve that problem one way or another, they have you at the top of mind and they go to you to solve that problem. People pay to solve their problems every single day. If you're hungry, you're going to cook what you have at home. You spent money in the fast. You could DoorDash or Uber Eats your groceries to your house. You're paying money for that. You could DoorDash or Uber Eats fast food. You could drive to the fast food drive-thru. You could go to a sit-down restaurant. You could Uber Eats sit-down restaurant food. 6 or 7 different ways to feed yourself. All of them require you to spend money. Now, you could go to your mom's house or your sister's house, but you're still spending money because why? You have to drive over there. You have to take some sort of transportation over there. That's going to cost you money. You pay to solve problems every single day. You don't got a place to live? Are you renting a room? Are you couch surfing and giving your friend a few extra dollars? Are you renting an apartment? Are you renting a house? Do you own a house? Are you living in a trailer? Are you living in your car? You pay to solve problems every single day. And people buying things and people buying from your business is the same thing. They're paying to solve a problem. So in order for them to do that, they need to connect with you. Music and pictures is not going to build your audience. They need to connect with you. I am not the coach for you if you want to do like faceless. I don't believe in faceless. If you are selling your own product and service that you created, face to camera, voice to camera, your audience needs to see you because they need to know you, like you, and trust you before they buy from you. So the connection content is going to allow them to connect with you. And then when they're ready to solve their problem, they can buy from you. Does this make sense? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. My Instagram is like frozen. Oh, thank you for those likes. You got to connect with your audience, okay? You got to build an audience. You can't sell to an empty room. Brittany, a parent reading coach. Oh, I love that. I would like to reach more parents to help them support their children in reading comprehension. Oh, that's awesome. Brittany, how do you currently market your business? And how do you currently get your clients? How do you currently get your clients? Where are you currently marketing? Okay. My next tip for you is primarily for YouTube, but this will work on other platforms. I want you to think of SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. Your ideal clients are going to Google, they're going to YouTube, they are going to TikTok, they are going to Instagram, and they are looking for solutions. So when you are sharing your connection content, make sure your video titles on YouTube are highly searchable. How to build an audience for your business. People are searching for that, okay? How to help your kids read more. People are searching for that. So you want to put that in your title of your YouTube video. You want to put it in the description box of your YouTube video, put it in the caption of your TikTok, put it in the caption of your Instagram reel, put it in the comments of your Facebook video. Make sure you have SEO searchable words in your piece of video content. Putting captions on your screen are a must. Okay. A lot of people, I watch a lot of videos on silent. I feel like I can't hear the video if you don't have captions. Like I hate watching videos that don't have captions because as much as I'm listening, I'm reading the words as well. Okay. And when I can't listen or I don't have my headphones, I can still engage in your content because the captions are there. The captions also help with SEO searchability, especially on TikTok and Instagram. The captions on the screen allows the algorithm to categorize your content. That's why at the bottom of TikTok, you'll see those search terms because it's based on what the heck that video is talking about. Now, sometimes they get it wrong, but most times they get it right. They're in the right niche, the right area. So when you are building an audience and trying to connect, you got to do a whole lot more than just sitting there and making a stagnant post or making a reel with like trending audio in the back. One thing I want to say, going viral may not benefit you because I would much rather have 3,000 views on a video and all 3,000 of those people want to start a business, or let's just say 2,500 of them want to start a business. So 3,000 views, 2,500 people want to start a business. 2,500 people already have a business and they just need a little extra help. 2,500 of them are business owners, period. Versus if I go viral and get 100,000 views and only 300 people are business owners. That virality doesn't really help me. Now, if people are sharing my post with other business owners, if a brand or something sees that video, okay. But if my goal is to sell to my ideal clients, I would much rather have 3,000 views with 2,500 business owners watching than having 100,000 views and only 300 business owners watching. Does this make sense? If this makes sense on TikTok and Instagram, tap the screen. If this makes sense on YouTube and Facebook, just drop yes in the comments, okay? Because people think going viral is going to save their business. And for some businesses, it absolutely does. But going viral can't be your content strategy. Going viral can't be the thing that you wish, hope, and pray for every day. I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. It's a hill I'm willing to die on. Consistency wins every single time. If you are consistent, you'll get the results that you desire. Now, you may have to be consistent for a year, but for you to see those big results, you may have to be consistent for a while, right? But you are going to be moving the needle even if you can't see it. So, Brittany, please let me know how you currently market and how you currently get your clients. I'd love to know that. And then I can give you a little bit of feedback about some things you can potentially do. So, how do you currently market? Where do you currently get your clients? If you don't want to share it here, feel free to slide into my DMs. We can even hop on a sales call, but I'd love to give you some feedback now. So definitely let me know how you currently market and get clients right now, and then I can give you a little bit of feedback, right? So make sure your captions are there. Make sure you use a few hashtags. Hashtags are not as crazy as they were like 5 years ago, but still use them because the algorithms still use the hashtags to help categorize your content. So when someone searches for something, they can serve you up on a silver platter to them. When you're building an audience, you need to engage, okay? You have to engage with your audience. So when we think about YouTube, that looks like responding to your comments. That looks like if you're going live, responding every time somebody comments. Welcome people into the live. Thank them for being there. People don't have to watch you. There's 50,000 other things going on in life. People are doom scrolling. People have real hard life problems. Some people are dying every day, dealing with parents that are passing away and grandparents. Life is lifing. I drove by 2 car accidents today, and all I did was pray, like, Lord, just keep me and my car safe. Like, even driving to the grocery store, life is lifing. People don't have to spend their time with you. You're not entitled to anyone's time. You're not entitled to anyone's attention. Be grateful for every single person that is watching you. There's a handful of people watching me, and I'm grateful for all of you that are here right now and all of you that are cycling through. Because I'm not Kristen Maximizer if people don't follow, subscribe, and buy my products. I'm not a business owner if no one buys from me. You need to engage with your audience, okay? One thing that I did when I came into the couponing industry is I changed the industry. I disrupted the energy in industry. Couponers were not answering questions. They were not going live as often as I was. They were not sitting and just answering questions over and over and over again. I've probably answered, how do I start couponing? Probably well over 1,000 times. Like, I've answered that question. I would answer that question on every single live. Now people are asking me, like, what platform should I be on? How often should I be posting? I probably answered that question probably 300 or 400 times at this point, right? Answer the people's questions. Remember when I said you had an auditorium that seats 1,000 people and you're going to do your presentation? Imagine if people walked in and they're like, oh my gosh, I saw your sign out. I'm a mom. I'm pretty overwhelmed. I got 3 kids. I got a husband. They're doing sports. I do yoga. I have a part-time job. Blah, 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 blah. I really think that this ebook is something that can really help me, and I'm really interested in the coaching. Can you tell me more? Could you imagine if you looked that woman in the face and was just like, thanks? Absolutely diabolical. Diabolical. That's rude. That's disrespectful. And if I was that woman, I'd walk out. I wouldn't give you my money. I wouldn't give you my time. I wouldn't give you my energy. That's how it is when someone leaves a heartfelt comment, when someone takes time to comment, ask you a question, and you just don't respond or you just like it. It's just like, they're not going to buy from you. Your audience today are your clients and your customers tomorrow. Treat them like such. Respond to your DMs, respond to your emails, respond to your comments. You're not Beyonce, you're not Rihanna, you're not Tyler Perry. Respond to your comments, engage with your audience. That put me leaps and bounds ahead of other couponers because I was answering questions. So when I launched my membership, people bought. When I had my very first coupon boot camp, that was probably my biggest launch person wise. I had almost 200 people. I think it was like 197 people joined my coupon boot camp. And as a result of that, like 40 people joined my coaching program from the boot camp because I gave away so much. Like, I engaged with them. I answered their questions. I listened to them. I helped them. Engage with your audience. Don't give them a cold shoulder. Okay? These are your ideal clients that are this is your ideal audience that is going to become your ideal clients in the future. Okay. You want to build your audience for at least 45 to 60 days before you start selling. Okay. If you're starting cold turkey at 0 or you're making a huge pivot, before you start saying, go enjoy my membership or go buy my ebook, which you shouldn't say buy at all. Before you start letting people know what your offer is and how it can help them, you need to spend 45 to 60 days just connecting with them. Connection content, being consistent, showing up, answering their questions, eventually going live with them so that you have an audience there. And then 14 days out from your launch day, the day that people can actually buy your product, buy your service, that's when you start telling them about your product and service. That's when you give them all the details so that they can buy from you when the doors open. Okay. So these are my tips for building an audience for your business. Are there any questions? Let me know in the comments what questions you have. If you don't have any questions, can you let me know, was this helpful? Was this helpful? Yes or no? If this was helpful and you want help with your content, you want help with building your audience, the Content Cash Out membership is for you. Now, this is a live coaching membership where I am going to help you create consistent content that converts into consistent sales with the goal of you making at least $1,000 per month from your business. That's the goal. When you post consistently, we create a content strategy for you. Your goal is to make $1,000 per month. Okay. This is a different membership than anything else that's out there because I am teaching live 3 times per month. One of our lives is planning our content together. One thing that I have learned over the years, the key to consistency is planning. And the best way to plan your content is for a month at a time. So every month we're going to sit down together, workshop style, and we're going to plan your content for one whole month. When you leave the workshop, you're literally just going to be able to go and record your content. The second type of live training we're going to have every month is a live training where I'm going to create slides and I'm going to teach you a concept. Start a YouTube channel, how to grow on TikTok, how to make sales on live, tips to build an audience on YouTube, whatever core topic. Like when I get a lot of questions about something, I'm like, oh, we need to do a masterclass on that. So let's do a live masterclass on that. Topics that you guys suggest, hey, can you teach us about this? Can you help us with this? Absolutely. So every month we're going to have a live masterclass with slides that I am going to teach you. And third, we're going to have a live hot seat coaching, meaning everyone will get the opportunity to raise their hand, ask a question, and get one-on-one coaching from me, but in front of the group. And that's so powerful because we learn from each other. In every single coaching program that I've had, I learned from my clients. With my one-on-one clients, I learned from my clients just as much as they learned from me. So if Ashley asked a question and Sarah needed that answer, it's like a win-win. Because maybe Sarah was too shy to ask the question, or maybe Sarah didn't even realize she needed that. But when Ashley asked it, she got what she needed. So you learn from the good of the group. There's going to be a community setting and a private Facebook group. There's going to be weekly accountability support, a weekly accountability check-ins and support. And you're going to be able to ask me questions all throughout the week in between our coaching calls. So the Content Cash Out membership is only $99 per month. And it is a 6-month minimum requirement. So that means you stay with us for 6 months. And then what else? Right now, I'm offering 2 bonuses. You get a YouTube audit, meaning I'll review your YouTube channel and give you feedback. And then the YouTube audit comes with a 20-minute one-on-one debrief session where we'll go over your audit and you can ask questions. And then you also get a TikTok or Instagram audit. So I'll go through your profile, TikTok or Instagram, you pick, and I will give you feedback on that. And then also we can talk about that during our 20-minute one-on-one session. So those are the bonuses, the audit bonuses that are available when you join the Content Cash Out membership by Sunday. You have to join by Sunday, January 11th in order to get those bonuses. But you can go to KristenMaximizer.com, click on membership. It's in the description box on YouTube. It's linked in the bio on TikTok and Instagram. My goal is to have 16 ladies in this month. We have 4, so we have 12 more to go. Okay, so that's the Content Cash Out membership. That's how we can work together. And that's how I can help you make consistent content that converts into consistent sales. So I do want to thank y'all so much for joining. I will be live tomorrow night as well around this time. So thank you for joining. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. And then you can also join my email list, which is also free. You get notified every time I go live. So if you like this and you want to know every time I go live, when you go to KristenMaximizer.com to check out the membership, just scroll down and click on join the list and you can get on my email list, okay? So I do want to thank y'all so much for joining, and I will see some of you tomorrow, more of you on my email list, and even more of you inside the Content Cash Out membership. Bye.